Comment 994 is a very famous mistake which a lot of students make, unfortunately which a lot of students fix up after a couple of instances of making the mistake. It basically says that when you stretch, either in an enlargement in Year 9 or in a transformation of graphs question in Year 12 or Year 11, you're not supposed to be adding anything. Okay? So if I say stretch this by a factor of 2, so scale factor 2, or stretch this by a scale factor 3, and let's say I have to stretch this vertically, it can be very tempting to see that that's 1 unit there, and to go and put a new symbol there, thinking that you've done a stretch by 3. It looks like you've done a stretch by 3 because that's 1 and that's 3. Equally, if I had this center of enlargement there and I was working on this circle, I might think that it's achieved a scale factor of 2 to go and put across there. And it kind of looks like a scale factor of 2 because that's 3 grid squares and that's now 6 grid squares, which is twice as much. And that's the mistake. That's comment 994. You should not be counting those grid squares, doubling it, and then adding it on. Or you should not be counting those grid squares, tripling it and then adding it on. You should instead be simply creating a new point which is 3 times further away from the x-axis, or a new point which is twice as far away. In other words, do not add anything to this existing distance. Okay? So what I mean by that is, simply ask this. Here's the center, here's a circle. How far is it currently? 3 grid squares. Make a new one that is 6 grid squares, in other words there. So that is the correct answer. 3, 6, twice as far away. That's 1 above the x-axis. We want a new one that's 3 above the x-axis. So it should go there. 1, 3. So by all means take the 2 grid squares and triple it to get 6, but do not add it on to the existing point. Add it on to the reference marker from which you originally judged the distance. I'll just do another example. If I had this point here and I had to do a horizontal stretch by a scale factor of 4, just ask how far is it currently from the y-axis? 2. Make a new one that is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this fat dot becomes this black cross.